That might be the best joke I've ever told. She answered yes. She's fantastic. Let's listen and see how it's going. What do you guys? You guys like aren't even into religion? Just riding around in your F-150. Got cow balls on the back.
I ain't driving no F-150.
I ain't driving. Oh my God, what are you driving with that kind of English? I ain't driving the F-150. I'm a Dodge Ram, man.
Oh, hell no.
What do you drive? What do you drive?
Chevy all the way.
You drive a Chevy all the way? Oh my God, somebody comes from f***ing family wealth. Driving a Chevy. Yum, 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 yum. Some guy with an F-150 just panicked. Oh no, those are shit. Now there's just gonna be a car fight here. I'll see you in the parking lot. How long you been buddies with Buddy?
He's my cousin.
He's your cousin? All right, well, answer the question. I'm glad you put the bloodline down, but the question was, hey, you guys related? How long you been buddies with your cousin, buddy? How? Cousin, hey there, pal.
24 years.
24 years? Nice. Which one of you is older? He is, and then you're 24? Yeah, I figured out the math. And who is that? Is that your aunt and uncle beside you? And your mom and dad?
It's my dad and mom.
That's your dad and mom? Terrible parents, bringing them to the show. Do not read the what I do here? I talk and talk about puss. Dad didn't want to give you a f***ing birds and the bees talk, so he brought you here to sit up front. Tell him about finger banging. All right, good response. Woo! Are you guys single?
Married.
You're married, but you didn't bring your wives? My parents are taking me to comedy. I'm taking my cousin. You stay here. Or is she in the car, just a little bit window down? Wonder what they're doing in there. How come you didn't bring your wife?
It's her mom's birthday.
It's her mom's birthday. You don't like that bitch? I don't like seeing the future, so I came here. That was a good joke. That might be the best joke I've ever told. How did you meet your wife, buddy? Shorts, how'd you meet your wife? Tell those guys. Probably, I've seen your socks, probably at a trampoline park. Just bouncing up and down. How'd you meet your wife? How'd you meet your wife? Are you his wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
We met on Match.
You met on Match.com? Doesn't that feel better to get that out? No, you didn't want to say it. I could tell you're all nervous. Oh my God, we met on the internet. People are going to judge you. Nobody's going to judge you. That guy picked his cousin over his wife.
Not her cousin. That's not her cousin.
I learned how to jack off with him. I'm going to laugh with him. Don't worry, we all got cousins, buddy. Don't worry about it. Anyway. Why are those people blinking over there? Are you guys celebrating something? Or are you getting pulled over by the cops? Oh, it's your birthday! Welcome to Chuck E. Cheese! Sweet child of mine! How old are you? You ever cousins? Guess what, guys? You're going in for an Eiffel Tower. It's going to be fantastic. Some girl just turned 21. And you got your head done backwards. Sorry, ma'am. Fight back. 61. Well, she's going to be a little older than that. Chances are she's going to fall asleep halfway through this. That's why they got the lights on over there, just to keep her awake. What's your name, 61?
It's Tori. It's his birthday, not mine.
What? Why'd you do the talking then, ma'am?
Because she's a woman.
Is he nervous?
She's a woman.
Because she's a woman. We gotta get this going. Holy he's talking to our tape. 61. Tori. Hold on, is Tori the guy?
Yeah.
Huh. Is that short for something? Jonathan? What's your wife's name? Steven. Nobody finds it weird in the neighborhood. They haven't had the heart to tell anybody at the barbecue. No, I'm Tori. She's Stephen. One lady's clutching her pearls right now. Woo! Are those pearls you're clutching, or what are you clutching? What are you clutching? Clutch, clutch, clutch. You're holding your neck? Interesting. Choking herself out right at the show. How do I get out of here? I'm gonna have to suffocate myself. You seem nice, ma'am. Are you a teacher? Are you a teacher? You're a nurse. All right. Very Arizona.
We don't trust you, bitch.
What kind of nurse are you? What kind of nurse are you? A neuro nurse. What does that mean? Neuro. Were you in that movie with Keanu Reeves? What's that? Is it hearing? Do you work at a hearing place? Because you're whispering to me like I'm sitting right beside you. Tell that person beside, and then they'll tell them. And then tell her.
What movie?
What movie? Is that what she said?
What the hell just happened?
Has everybody got a touch of autism in this place tonight? What kind of nurse are you? I do a joke and they're like, what movie? Still awake, Tori? I had a nap this afternoon.
We're going from a birthday party tonight.
My name's Tori, bitch. What do you do, Tori? What do you do? What'd you do?
I'm an art bitch.
What? All I heard was bitch at the end of it.
Art bitch. Art bitch.
Art bitch?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Why would you?
Maybe I should talk to your wife. I can see why she was talking earlier. She's all like, all right, you can talk to him, but good luck. I never had a gift of the conversation, but I loved his eyes. That's why I'm married to him. I could see what he was saying through his eyes, but his mouth was ruined.
I like art, bitch.
Ma'am, what does he do when he comes home from work? What does he tell you about? You'll never guess what happened at work.
I'm an artist.
So you're an artist?
Yeah, and he wants me.
And he...
He calls himself an artist.
Hold on. I'm gonna guess you're younger than him. Are you younger than him?
A year, a month, and a day.
That's not younger. A year, a month. I thought you were a year, a month, and a day. I ask him all the time. Tell me about the old days. What was real phones like?
Well, one time I called 911.
What kind of art do you do? Are you one of those? Like, it's a bunch of statues in front of the house. What's that? She's a painter. Are you good? Are you good? How do you guys know? Oh my God! So many followers. Oh yeah, she said yes. She must be good. She said yes. She answered yes. She's fantastic. Now you guys are all living on an island and culty McCult. Come on, everybody. We're gonna paint at 11 and 2. You guys have any pets or?
No, we traveled 5 months out of the year.
You travel 5 months out of the year?
Yes.
To where?
Art festivals all over the place.
Oh, art festivals. All right, everybody look at that table. Those are swingers. That was a good talk. Where can we find your art? Is it .org or .com? Meg! Guys, just go online, just type in Meg. Don't look for the shark, look for the artist. MegHarper.com. You know what'd be better? I don't know why we're clapping at that. She pays for her own website. It's not like she's special. Oh my God, she's got a website. You want to sell some art? Artbitch.com. Tori's on the front page. Just a video.
Hey everybody, I'm Tori.
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I'm not the artist, my wife is. She's in this room behind me. Doing art. Let's listen and see how it's going. She's almost finished. Welcome to artbitch.com.
Welcome to Ian Bagg Bought a House, a show about me, Ian Bagg, buying a house on the Virginia shore. Me and my wife bought it out there. My mother-in-law lives in it. And every week I come to you, we talk about things about buying a house and owning a house. Whether you already own the house or you're hoping to own the house, we teach you. Let me be your guide into making mistakes for you so you don't have to make them. This week we've got Walter Reyes on the show. He's from a mortgage company called House of Loans. You're going to learn lots about mortgages from him. And meanwhile, Chris and Renee are here, and we're going to talk about my week as it happened. And everybody's looking at me right now. What are you wearing on your head, Ian Bagg? Well, I'm wearing a St. Louis Blues hat because the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup. Your new Stanley Cup champions are the St. Louis Blues. And after the first round, when St. Louis beat Winnipeg, because I always wear a Winnipeg hat as well as some other hats, Chris Pinkerton from the big old from all the St. Louis Blues, he works there. He works with the I don't know exactly what it is. He works with radio and TV and all those guys. He's part of the team. You'll be getting a ring. He sent me a hat from them and he said, "Ian, you're now a St. Louis Blues fan." And I said to Chris, I'm not putting this hat on my head until you win the Stanley Cup because I'm not going to be the one that gets jinxed, cursed for the Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues. And guess who didn't put that hat on until today? Because they're Stanley Cup champions. So congratulations to Chris Kerber. He's the voice of the St. Louis Blues, friends of mine. Also, David Perron, player, DP 57. Colton Parenko, good guy as well. All my friends that work for the St. Louis Blues and all my friends in St. Louis, what a great town. Congratulations, you are now Stanley Cup champions. It's time to get Brett Hull into rehab. Oh my God. I don't know if you've seen any of that, Renee.
I did not. Sorry, I'm liking people.
People are liking?
Sarah and Rachel Dix just joined.
Rachel Dix, join up. Thank you. Make sure you have your questions for after. Don't bring your questions in. Wait until after we have Walter on. That's when we'll do your questions when I tell you something that I say every house should have. Brett Hull played for the St. Louis Blues and a couple other teams. He is hammered throughout the playoffs. First of all, they have pictures of him putting his finger against the glass, telling the Boston Bruins to fuck off. And then he's drunk on the street waiting for the parade. He's just walking down in a pair of shorts and a dress shirt and a pair of slip-on shoes, yelling out when's the parade start. And then they have him singing Gloria at the parade downtown. It's just a mess. It's so sad. It's so funny, but at the same time, you're like, oh, that's what just before rehab looks like. So a lot of fun. So I hope he dries out. And guess who else won?
The Raptors.
The Raptors. That's right. I don't give a shit about basketball, but I enjoy it when Canadians get a bunch of people from different countries to come to Canada and win the championship. It was one of the best days to be a Canadian ever. We are now champions of America. I can't wait until the Toronto Raptors go to the White House to tell. Do they get to go to the White House?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That would be great. He'd flip out. This is why we need a wall. We need a wall. The Canadians are coming down here with their Americans and Europeans and winning the championships.
And somebody got
What?
shot.
Oh, somebody got shot in Canada. Four people got shot. That's right, because it would only because of exchange. It would only been 2 people, but because it was in Canada, it was 4. Only with 2 bullets, though. Not a lot of people know that. Canadians are very orderly. They lined up and were shot. They were shot in a succession. Yeah, it was weird. It was just suddenly there was a shooting in Canada.
Did the term 2 birds with 1 stone come from Canada?
Yes, it did. And also it was 2 ducks with 1 stone. That's how we started up there, because we don't have birds, we have ducks. We got a lot of ducks. Get your ducks in a row.
John Preston Monaghan said that the Raptors should not be allowed to go.
Oh, that's because he's a racist. And we're kind of joking and we're kind of not. Oh, yes. JP. I was in Omaha this week. World Series of college baseball was going on. And it was pretty exciting. All the teams were there. My shows still did fairly well. Sometimes when a big thing like that's going on in town, it can affect your numbers, but people still showed up. So I want to thank the people of Omaha for coming out and having a good time with me. We had such a good time. There was a guy there that played college football, and he won the Heisman. His name, Crouch. He played for the University of Nebraska at some point within the last 15 years. And he was sitting up front. He now sells playground equipment. And I harassed him the whole time I was on stage. And everybody's like gasping because I guess he's a local hero. And I'm like, you sell playground equipment? Did you even go to school?
He's their Al Bundy.
He's their Al Bundy. Yeah. He's their Al Bundy. And he had a good time, but I was laying into him. But at the end of the day, can you imagine winning the Heisman Trophy? Like any sort of trophy like that? What's the rest of life like if you don't play in the NFL?
OJ won one.
Oh, that's right. You can murder after that.
John.
Did they take his trophy back?
No, I think Reggie Bush is the only one. He gave his back.
I thought Goldman ended up getting it in a lawsuit or something.
Oh, they won it in a lawsuit?
Yeah.
Well, that's worth a trade for a son.
John Preston said that they could go see Wimpy Man Trudeau.
Wimpy Man Trudeau. Oh, nice. Wimpy Man Trudeau. You mean gorgeous Johnny Trudeau? That's right. Justin Trudeau. My friends in Canada are losing their shit right now because they've introduced, he wants people to use box water, not bottled water. And Canadians are, you can't do that. It comes in bottles. It doesn't come in boxes. What the fuck are you talking about? It's really funny. And people are just filling up boxes with water and like, is this how you want us to do it? And they're just drugging it. It's really funny.
That's like the fucking paper straws.
Do you hate paper straws?
Why? 10 minutes in, it falls apart.
How long does it take you to drink a soda, you pansy?
How long do you have lunch
for? How homophobic are you that you can't suck on a straw real quick and get it done?
Lunch is roughly 20, 30 minutes.
Well,
that shit falls apart through the middle of the
Get 2 straws.
Now you're being wasteful.
No, you're not. They dissolve.
Bring back plastic.
No. It kills the tortoises.
Then what about the plastic cups at
Do you know why?
Starbucks?
Do you know why? Do you know why straws kill tortoises?
Why?
Because they do cocaine. And all of a sudden you got really fast tortoises. Screws up the environment. Oh my goodness. I need to talk about one thing. So Sunday, how much time am I in?
We are at. Oh my goodness!
You're 8 minutes in.
8 minutes in. Okay, I got. So we're gonna we'll go to Walter in about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. So Sunday night, I went to the gym and some guy like parked beside me and pushed. He had his car over the line and so I was trapped inside the parking spot. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I had to crawl through my door or open my door and get a dent on my door because it was that close and slide in. So I had to crawl through. And when I pulled out, I took a picture of the car and I was annoyed. So I Googled the TCP number on it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's the cab drivers, like they get numbers and they put it on their.
Like the medallion in New York.
So I Googled it and a company came up. So I put it on Instagram and I gave them the old fuck off on that. And they responded with, that's not our company. That's not our car. And we apologize. And if it was us, we would, but you should watch your language before you call somebody out. And I said, I apologize for motherfucking you. and then all of a sudden they're like, why do you keep contacting us? So then I Googled it again and another company came up. So I motherfucked them and then like, that's not us. So I ended up having to call the company and then it was just some some random dude that drives, like, I guess he owns one car, right? So I just gave up and I just left those other two companies on my on my Instagram. And I said, I apologize to you guys, but these people are fucking dicks and you can get a hold of them. Tell people. Here's my deal with cars. If it's too big to park, it's too big for you to drive. Okay? If you can't park it, you can't drive it. That's fucking the rules right there. It drives me insane. Okay? When you pull into a parking spot and if you get out and you look over and your car's across the line, get in, straighten it back out so the person can, and I'm not talking about if there's nobody around you and you take an extra line. I'm talking if you pull in and somebody's beside you and you park over the line on their fucking car, you get back in the car and you straighten it up, you piece of shit. This is why I agree with Lyft and Uber, because it isn't that difficult of a goddamn job to pick somebody up and drive them someplace. So some guy some mom that's just killing time in between their kid going to fucking school and has the afternoon off can fucking drive an Uber in the afternoon. You don't have to be fucking specially trained for it because this guy can't even park a fucking Yukon. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is love each other.
Eric Eugene Crouch, 2001 Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy that was driving the car. I thought you were able to Google him that instant. Yeah. Nice guy. Really nice guy. Bought some t-shirts. Wearing the Mini Pearl t-shirts. Love it. Good for them. We'll come back to some things. Now every week we talk about to a new expert. This week I said, hey, who out there deals in mortgages? And actually a stand-up that I know, Walter Reyes, got back to me and said, Ian, I'd love to be on your show and talk about the old mortgages. So Walter, welcome to the show and thanks for coming on. First of all, you don't look when I think of a mortgage officer or a bank mortgage person, I don't think of a guy wearing a brimmed hat and a big beard. So that's cool. First of all,
I don't like to go with the flow in that regard. I wore suits for too long. They don't mean anything. As a matter of fact, to me, I kind of see them as a little red flag now.
Right.
Because this business is kind of sharky,
right?
You got these sharks training other sharks to go out there and just look really nice. And a lot of people see the suit and tie, see the fancy car, and they just see, oh, this guy must know what the hell he's doing.
To me, and a lot of times, if you see, and it's in stand-up, I will explain this as well. If you see the fancy car, you see somebody with the fancy house, you wonder how much money they're making off you. That's what makes it interesting to me,
And that's what you should think. Honestly, you should really, in my opinion, you should think that, because there's a lot of, I'm just telling you from firsthand experience, because I started as what's called an inside loan officer. It's like inside sales. So cubicle style, phone ring, answer, the company would do direct mailing and stuff like that. So it was real chill. Go to the office, sit there all day, go home.
Right.
And then now I'm what's known as an outside sales loan officer. So I'm responsible for my own business. I have to go out there and network. And that's where I discovered a lot of the shady shit.
Right.
So a lot of big things that I try to educate my clients on is really how the business works behind the scenes.
Well, help my audience know some things. First of all, what is the number one thing that is lacking on our side when we come to you for a loan? What is somebody that is you see most of the time they don't have that they need to get a mortgage?
Well, the first thing
a job
is, I mean, if we start, you're talking about documentation wise or just knowledge?
Well, knowledge and documentation. Like somebody shows up in your office and they don't have it, and you see it time and time again in your life, and then they have to go get it, and you have to meet up again. What is that thing?
All the pages of your federal tax returns, not just the first page.
All right.
All the pages of your bank statements or your any liquid asset statements, all the pages. When an underwriter sees on the first page 1 of 5 and you gave me 3 pages because the last 2 were blank, I'm going to have to send you back to go get 4 and 5. It's just every single page needs to be accounted for, especially with federal tax returns, and especially with your liquid assets, what you're using as reserves.
So when you bring in the paperwork, all your paperwork means all your paperwork, pages 1 through the end. Nice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
On a first time mortgage, what do you suggest that they should? What percentage do you suggest a person should be paying for a home of their net income for a month?
What percentage? You mean interest rate?
No, not interest rate. I make $5,000 a month, say, right? What percentage of that should I be spending on a house?
So, I mean, we kind of protect you as the lender. We protect you in that regard because I'm able to use your gross income, not your net. So gross income, I get to use all of it. But realistically, none of us go home with all of our money.
Right.
You know, Uncle Sam takes a chunk of it. So our investors set limits. For example, an FHA, government insured loan, has a maximum of 55% debt to income ratio. That means that 55% of that gross income is the max allowed when you add up all your monthly debt, car payments, credit cards, and it's only things that appear on your credit. So cell phone bills aren't going to appear on there. You know, utility bills aren't going to appear on your credit. So just the minimum payments that appear on your credit, along with the new proposed mortgage payment, all that combined cannot exceed 55% of your gross income. Conventional loans, the max is 45% of your monthly gross income.
Okay, nice. Now, you brought up something. You said a federally insured mortgage is what you said. That protects you guys, right?
That protects the investor.
Okay.
It protects the investor. These programs, such as FHA, for example, have looser guidelines. You know, a 580 FICO score probably won't get you a Best Buy credit card. It'll get you a house. You know, it'll get you a house.
Hold on, back up. It won't get you a Best Buy credit card, but it can get you a house.
Absolutely. 580 FICO score. And actually, we have the ability to even go lower than that, as long as what's called the desktop underwriter system approves it. We use a software, like I said, DU, and we run the whole loan scenario through that system. And if that system gives us a thumbs up, we're good. You know, if it gets us approved eligible, we're good.
Why is
there are cases where you could even have a FICO score lower than 580?
Why is it that a person with a higher credit score gets a lower interest rate and a person with a lower credit score gets a higher interest rate?
Everything is risk-based.
Right.
So everything is risk. That's why your credit affects your interest rate, because, and it's, you know, I like to compare it like it's mafia style, really. You know, it's like you're not the ideal customer, so we're gonna tax your ass. We're gonna go and charge you a little bit or make a little bit more money off of you. And, you know, if you're a higher risk, I might require you to put more down payment because I need you to have more skin in the game.
Well, that's one thing I was going to bring up to you. Now, if you're at 585, to me, the way it should work, it should be a lower interest rate because you struggle, right? And why wouldn't your down payment be lower? Because chances are, if you're 585, you don't have a very big down payment.
Well, see, that's the balance there. You mentioned two things. You mentioned the FICO score, and you should get a lower interest rate because you're struggling. And then you mentioned, oh my God, what did you say right after that?
About the down payment.
The down payment. So FHA, for example, which has the most lenient guidelines, your minimum down payment is 3.5%. So it's a very low down payment, very low. And in comparison, there's the interest rate might be higher, but what I do with my clients is I also compare conventional versus FHA, and I want them to look at honestly, the bottom line is that monthly payment.
Right.
People get stuck on the interest rate, and conventional rates are higher than FHA, but FHA has what's called mortgage insurance, and that's 0.85% of what you're borrowing, not the sales price of the house, but the actual loan amount. And that's broken down into a monthly figure, and that's tacked on to your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Now you add on MI. So even if the interest rate is lower, because usually it is, once you look at the payments, sometimes the payment might be higher. So I really try to educate people that, yes, the interest rate does matter. But at the end of the day, what matters is which program fits your needs, depending on how much assets you have saved up, how much money you have down, and overall, like, what's your monthly payment? What are you going to commit to for the next 30 years? I just care about which one gives me the lower payment. Doesn't matter how.
Right. So you're going to looking for the lower payment. Now,
that's what I tell my clients. Absolutely.
Have you had somebody walk through the door and just go, no, I can't help you? Or do you say, let me try?
I love challenges. Me personally, like, I come from an environment. I grew up in Southeast LA.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. And, hardly anybody I knew grew up in a house. And it's kind of that demographic that I really embraced, because they're the ones that need the most guidance. And they're the ones that get taken advantage of the most by these suits and ties and fancy cars, because they don't ask questions. They're afraid to ask questions. They're embarrassed to ask questions. And I feel like a little more.
Why? I'm going to interrupt you there. Why is it so scary for everybody? From I think there's very few people that aren't terrified of the word mortgage.
Well, I think honestly, it's kind of, to go into a little self-development real quick. It's just the fear of judgment. You especially in my culture, tons of judgment. I mean, the Catholic religion is all judgment. The environment that we grew up in, even growing up, I say this all the time. I grew up in an environment where you have to have thick skin and get bagged on, and then you have to give it back. All that is judgment. And psychologically, that does get embedded in your head, and you grow up with this, this fear of judgment, or this thing with judgment. Either you're doing it upon yourself, or you're just expecting it because you do it to others. And in my culture, at least, I know that's very predominant, and people just don't like to be embarrassed. They don't like to look bad. But at the end of the day, this is you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
Put the ego aside, man, and get educated. Learn. I tell my people, go shop me. Go at least get another option, because one of the great things that happened during the market crash is that some laws changed and they protected the consumer. And one of the big ones is your ability to have your credit ran 2 or 3 times within a 7 to 14 day window, so that you can shop around, so that you can see who's going to give you the better deal without getting dinged for it.
Right.
Back in the day, they'd scare you. They tell you, like, oh, don't let anybody run it, because then your credit's going to go down 20 points and you're not going to qualify anymore.
Right.
Which was, it was kind of true sometimes.
They were kind of true, but at the same time, they're fearing you into going with them immediately.
Absolutely. So
question for you. Question for you personally. This isn't personally. I don't know why it just said person. How far are you allowed to lend? Are you allowed to lend right across America, or are you only allowed to lend in the Los Angeles area?
So there was one time that I held a total of 6 licenses. So each state requires a license. So you have your NMLS, which is your national. So that allows you now to go get individual licenses with individual states. So at one time, like I said, I was licensed for 6 states. Now I'm only licensed in California.
It just wasn't worth it for you to be licensed. Say somebody came to you and said, I want to borrow in New York and I'd like to go through you. Would you get the license for New York? Or is it even worth it? Or would you try to find a business partner?
I would find a business partner and probably, just depending on the situation, just kind of hand it over. Really, I can't do it. I don't want to do it, but I would love to take the opportunity to find a quality lender. So I do at least take that time to vet someone that's licensed in New York or whatever state they're trying to purchase in, because one of the main things that I focus on is kind of teaching people on how to avoid sharks.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, an 1/8% can cost you thousands of dollars more over the life of the loan.
Right.
So depending on whether you're dealing with a retail lender versus a wholesale lender, that might make a difference. It just depends on how they conduct their business. See, where I work, House of Loans, we are, it's we kind of coined a different term where we call ourselves a super broker. And what I love about it personally is that I have wholesale rates direct to consumer. Now I have a standard because of how I conduct my business and because how I do my business. I demand compensation, reasonable compensation, anywhere from 1 to 1.5% of the loan amount. A real estate agent makes usually about 2.5 to 3% on the sales price of the property, but the buyer doesn't pay that. The seller of the property pays that commission, but the buyer pays my commission.
Right.
And I only make money on my commission. And there's two ways that you can pay me. You can pay me through origination, or you could pay me through the interest rate. And that's the part that I like to educate people on, is that the interest rate is something that you should really ask questions about. If they're a retail lender, then I need you to understand that that company they work for has built-in margins in order to be able to pay that loan officer their predetermined commission. Average commission is about 1.4%, and that's built into the rates. A company is not going to take a loss. Okay, they have their profit margin that they're going to make, so they have that built in, and then they built in the compensation for the loan officer as well. So a lot of times when you hear this, no cost loan, you're kind of paying through the rate. I guarantee you.
Nice.
More than likely, I would put 99% chance that you're paying through that interest rate.
So when somebody says there's no money, there's money coming out. Never believe it. Ass, gas, or grass. Nobody rides for free, right?
This is the mortgage industry. This is the most profitable. Real estate is the most profitable business out there.
Cool.
You don't think they're going to make money? Come on, guys.
We have a question. Money. We have a question from online. Renee is going to ask it.
Yeah, Patricia Frank wants to know: do you recommend getting a pre-approval before shopping?
Absolutely. The worst mistake people make is they go shop and then get pre-approved. What is the point of going to look at a $700,000 home when you're only approved for $400,000?
Absolutely.
Do the numbers. You have to do the numbers. And I recommend this with anything. You're going to go buy a car, go get yourself a sweet credit union auto loan at the lowest rate possible, and then go shop. Don't get the dealer loan that's going to be through the roof. They're going to sell you, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with the home loan, man. Go do your homework, get the real numbers, do the real math, determine what is your max mortgage payment, because that's another issue that people find themselves getting into, which is, I want this house. Oh, wait a minute, that's a $6,000 payment for the house?
Is that called house broke when people do that?
Depends on your income, baby. Depends on your income.
Right.
But so you have to be realistic about your finances. And, just because you on paper can afford a $6,000 mortgage payment doesn't mean that you're ready to pay $6,000 a month, nor does it mean that you need that big of a house anyways.
Right.
So if you do the pre-approval first, now you have peace of mind that that the house you're shopping for fits your budget on multiple levels. Another thing is real estate agents' enthusiasm is affected by whether you're pre-approved or not. They're not going to waste time on someone that they don't know if they qualify for a home loan.
Oh, that's a very interesting thing. So don't even talk to them if you're not pre-approved.
Exactly. It's a waste of time because you could not even qualify. And here I did spend a month or two driving you around, Ubering you from house to house, and then you don't qualify. Mm-hmm. It's a huge waste of time for realtors. So it's inconsiderate in a way. It's inconsiderate for yourself, and it's inconsiderate for the real estate professionals trying to help you find this dream home of yours.
Sounds good. We got another question from Renee.
I got a question from Chris Adams. He wants to know, what are your thoughts on pulling money out of your 401k for a first-time buyer? Is it because there's something out there where you could pull out with no penalty, correct?
Well, whenever you're pulling out money from
I have a feeling that wasn't from Chris.
Whenever you're pulling out money from a 401k to purchase a house, there are benefits. Now, what you really want to look at is the terms of withdrawal. And depending on the type of loan program you're going to get, And depending on how you withdraw the money, and I'll go into details with that real quick, that could affect your buying power as well. Let me explain. Earlier on, I talked about the debt to income ratio, that 45% for conventional and 55% for most government insured home loans. When you take out money from your 401k, for example, and you basically borrow against your own money, which is kind of cool because you borrow that money, they're going to determine what that monthly payment is going to be, and then you repay yourself. So not only do you get that money back, but you also make interest on your own money, which is awesome.
Oh, that's interesting.
There is also, I had a client, use a hardship to pull out money, and there's no taxing on that. He just withdrew $10,000, used the hardship because that was one of the terms of condition, the terms that he was allowed to use, or the conditions that he was allowed to use, and he used it. But that money is now gone from his 401k. But whenever there's a payment on conventional loans, say, for example, you pull out 10 G and your payment is $130 a month. I have to now count that monthly payment against your overall monthly debt. So
we lost you there. We lost you. Can you repeat that? We lost you there.
You know what? Let's call him back. Let's call him right back.
Call him right back because we lost you there. You seem to, you're
breaking up a bit.
You're breaking up a bit, so we need to. And there's too much information being lost that we don't want the people to lose. So let's call you right back.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I will keep the people interested on Facebook. Hello, Facebook people. To all the people I've offended before, suck my balls. This is actually really interesting stuff that, I didn't know about when we bought the house. We were not pre-approved when we bought the house, just to let people know. We were fine. We were able to get it, but if we had been pre-approved, we may have gotten a better rate or something. So, yeah, this is interesting stuff. That's not just about hitting nails into walls. This is something that we all need to know. People need Walter Ray, as he's given so much info. Oh, hi. Hello, welcome back.
Much better.
That's much better, yeah.
Okay, I'm coming back up.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, we were talking about 401k and
taking the money out of the 401k.
Let me go back to that. So with the 401k, depending on the terms of withdrawal, that's going to affect a lot of things. And what I was saying was, for example, a lot of 401k plans have different conditions that will allow you to extract money and different ways to extract it. One of them could be a hardship. Most hardships you don't get taxed on. I'm sorry, take that back. You have to pay a tax on the amount you're taking out, but there is no monthly payment. You already got taxed and that's it. It's your money and you can use that now. So I, as a lender, do not have to worry about what I talked about earlier, which is the debt to income ratio. That percentage, that max percentage with all your debt payments combined. Because, for example, if you borrow against your 401k, there could be a monthly payment that's tacked onto that. And that's kind of like a good thing, too, if you have a 401k and you take a loan against your own money. One of the benefits is that you are going to pay yourself back. So you're actually going to make money on borrowing that money because in most cases, there's an interest tacked onto that loan, but you're paying yourself back. It's going back into your 401k. So if you borrow $10,000 at a certain percentage, you're actually going to put in back more than $10,000.
10,000 and whatever percent.
Exactly. Now, the bad part is if I'm going to give you a conventional loan, that monthly payment, say, for example, you take out $10,000 and your monthly payment, they determine is going to be $130. I now have to count that $130 monthly payment against your total monthly debt, which can reduce your buying power. Not going to be a lot, but it will reduce it by a few $1,000s.
Right.
Now, you take out a hardship, there's no monthly payment and I don't have to worry about it. Now, the same scenario with the loan, with the $130 payment, the great part about that is when it comes to an FHA loan or a government insured loan, I don't have to count that against you. So to answer your question, is it a good idea? It just depends on your reality. If you need to go in there and get money because you're $8,000 short, or you're $10,000 short, which we will determine in the beginning, another great reason to get pre-approved because we take a look at your assets and see how much you're going to be short approximately. so we can give you an idea. Hey, Ian, you have $15,000 in the bank. Based on the numbers we're running, it looks like you're still going to need anywhere from another $7,000 to $10,000 because we're looking at a total of about 25 or 26,000. Now you're like, okay, let me go check with my 401k. I need $10,000. Let me see what the terms of withdrawal are.
401k.
Let me see what my options are. And now you come back to us and tell me, okay, I'm gonna take a loan and it's gonna be this monthly payment, and then I'll be able to work that in and let you know how that affects our buying power. But it's just reality. If you need the money and it's there, absolutely good.
Okay. Chris? We've got another one from Renee.
Now, is there a difference as a first time buyer? Is there any different programs for pulling out on the 401k, or is it the same across the board?
Just even though I think me personally, I've been doing this, by the way, since 2003. So
you look
no
great.
Rookie. I've been doing it for a long time. And I've done processing, account managing, as well as being a lender. It's a loan officer. And the first time home buyer thing, the benefits are very minimal. Most of the time, the benefits lie with your city because there's grants available. But it takes work to go do your homework on the city that you want to go be a part of. A lot of cities have incentives that can help you out with that, with getting a little money as a bonus. Like, we'll help you out with this much. Just don't move or sell for 5 years. And if you reach that time frame, we'll forgive the loan and welcome to Los Alamitos or welcome to Seal Beach or whatever.
Yeah, that's my neighborhoods.
So the first time home buyer thing, a down payment assistance is one of the benefits. It's just very minimal, to be very honest with you. Very minimal, the benefits of a first time home buyer. The loan programs are pretty much the same. But one of the benefits, for example, is having access to, say, an FHA loan, where you can have, very low down payment, horrible credit score, high debt to income, and you can still qualify because FHA can only be used as a primary residence, but you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. So it's kind of sold as one. Like, say I own a property right now, but I have a conventional loan. I could buy my next one, and as long as I'm going to live in it as my primary residence, I can use FHA. So the benefits for first-time home buyer, I just think it's like more of a sales play, like a sales thing. It's just a catchy verbiage.
Mm-hmm.
It's bait. It's clickbait. So because for the most part, there's really not a huge amount of benefits.
I like it. Walter, we've learned a lot today. Our show's only about 35 minutes. We would like you to come back at some point and talk again. Would you be interested in doing that?
Absolutely, man. I'd love to be the house lender.
The house lender. People can go to houseofloans.com to get a hold of you.
They go there. And if you guys have any questions, I give out my number. It's 949-303-9444. And my email is walter@walterlens, LENDS. Ian had a little problem with that earlier.
I thought it was lens. I thought he also did. I thought he did glasses as well.
Yeah, it's short for lending, of course. So walter@walterlens.com. And I'd love to help you out. And I'd also let you guys know that one of the things that I do different is I don't work alone as a lender. I have another loan officer that works with me. I took inventory of my strengths. And even though I've done processing, I've done account managing, my strength is what I'm doing right now, which is educating.
Okay.
I love to sit down with people and educate people, but I do not like to do the grunt work. Luckily, my boy Rick Cruz loves doing the grunt work. He's like that nerd that loves calculating the numbers and going through all the documents, and he's the engineer.
Right.
And we also together have a loan concierge. One of the things that I hate hearing from clients is once they've been approved and once they find their house, everybody disappears. The communication dies down. I got them. I'm moving on to the next one. And now the processor, which may or may not be good at communicating, is now in charge for dealing with most of the communication. And I feel that's a huge disservice. I don't need to hold your hand along the way, but I'd like to be there in case you feel the need to.
Awesome.
And having like 3 people on it at all times, it really does make a huge difference. And just, human error is always there. It's present. So to have 3 brains on every single deal it does minimize errors and, hangups and all that stuff. So it really
Love
does
it.
benefit.
Love it. Well, I'm pretty sure there's somebody in this room that might be contacting you. I'm not going to say his name is Ian or Chris, but his name is Renee. We'd love to have you back on and talk about some things some more, and maybe just maybe I will do to come in and fill out forms just to go through it and get pre-approved.
Cool.
Maybe just to do that, so we have it on the show. I'll come get pre-approved, and then maybe Ian Bagg goes house shopping. Maybe that's what we'll do the next. So thank you, Walter, and good luck with your stand-up as well. I know you're a great stand-up, but you're more passionate about this. I'm going to be honest with you. You love stand-up, but you're way more passionate about this. So thanks for coming by.
I'm just more knowledgeable about this stand-up. I just wing that shit.
Yeah. I just winged that shit. That guy described my career.
There's no entrance exam to become you don't need a license to become a stand-up comic.
I know. Jesus, all you need is 2 legs to get to stage, and sometimes somebody will carry you there. Anyways.
And you know what? I can open up for you again. I love doing that.
You should come out sometime.
I will.
I need a better percentage, though. I'm going to need a better percentage on a loan. Thank you, Walter.
I'm going to teach you about interest rates.
You okay?
You're going to get... I think next time we should talk about just interest rates alone. I think you'll be mind blown on how that works.
Well, I do. There's other things I want to talk to you about because we did talk about first getting a loan, but I also want to talk about when you should refinance and stuff like that. And so we will discuss more.
Honestly, right now, if you have gotten a loan, if you're anywhere near 4.5 or higher, you should refinance right now. Right now, I'm in the high 3s. Mid to high 3s, lowest we've been in 24 months. So you're anywhere above that. It's just math, man. And I'll do the math for you. And I do real math. Say you have 25 years left and we refinance. Obviously, you're going to go back into a 30-year loan. So we have to take those 5 years you've paid into consideration and make sure that this is a win-win.
Right.
That's worth but some people it's tight and they just need a lower monthly payment, and it's worth starting over.
Well, we'll discuss that again. I know we're getting into it. We'll discuss that again. Thank you, Walter.
All right, guys.
Have a great day. House of Loans. Walter Lenz at walterlenz.com.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. That was good. That was a very informational talk, and I think that's the kind of stuff we're looking for on this show. And if you have somebody in your life that is a plumber, that is an insulator, that does floors, that that does decorating, home decor, I want to talk to all the experts in this. I don't even know which camera I'm looking at, so I'm going to need to find a cameraman to talk to because I'm looking all over the place. We went a little bit longer than we usually do, so I'm just going to quickly wrap it up and tell you guys where I am this week. San Diego on Wednesday night. I'm doing a show for the Humane Society of San Diego. It's going to be me. I'm going to be there. Come out. All the money goes to the Humane Society of San Diego. Wednesday night, American Comedy Company. Come see me there, okay? The rest of the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I will be in Buffalo, New York, at the Helium Comedy Club. So come see me there. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 on Thursday. Come see me there. Next week, I'll be in Pittsburgh at the DVE Comedy Festival. If you're in Pittsburgh, come see me there. Meanwhile, thank you for watching Ian Bagg Bought a House. It's always good to talk to you guys about homes. We all live in them. I don't care who you are. Even if it's just a tent on a street, it's your home. And we need to learn how to do things the right way. Ian Bagg Bought a House. Brought to you by Lowe's. Lowe's! No, it's not brought to you by Lowe's. It's brought to you by my fucking friends, Chris and Renee. Have a good day. Tell me when we're out, Chris. I'll sing to people. My wife told me not to sing anymore. She's like, can you stop singing on that fucking show you do? God damn it. I'm like, girl, you love me because it's true, baby. St. Louis Blues. My hat is off to you. St. Louis Blues. Things are going very well here. We're having some growing pains, some difficulties. But we're getting to it soon. And by the way, the background behind me will be changing very quickly, just to let everybody know, because they did start painting last Tuesday, and oh my, the pink is going to be gone on the house. It's all going to be one color of gray, and then the trim's going to be white. And we now have a blue door. There is going to be a blue door, and you guys are going to be very excited about this door that was put in. They took out the whole frame and put in a whole new door, and I'm pretty excited about it. I can't wait to go back and open the door and close the door. Anybody? Question for you. We put up the we put a deadbolt in, but on the deadbolt we put the push button number, so you can have a code to get into the house instead of just having a key. That way, if somebody's coming over to do some work, you can give them a code. Or if my mother-in-law is just going out for a walk, she can just put the code in and lock it, and not have to take keys with her. Not worried about being locked out. I don't know. Maybe somebody can answer this question for me. Can you get that for your garage door? Yes, you can. Garage doors have codes on them. Correct. I have it on mine. I was able to answer that myself. I'm becoming such a professional. Back to school. Everybody, all the kids are back to school this week. Traffic was all fucked up. Chris?
You should mention the Pearl shirts that you have.
I will mention the Pearl shirts later on. We have a little advertisement for people that are going back to school, your kids. We got on ianbagg.com. You can go there. Also, before we mention the Pearl shirts, my wife has started a clothing line. She's doing some fashion stuff. She's doing some fashion because she did a bunch of promo stuff for Pearl shirts, and they sold out immediately, faster than my normal shirts do. So she is going to be starting something, and you want to follow her if you would like. We'd appreciate that. If you would like to follow her on Instagram, she has started an Instagram, and it's called Hobo Junk. Hobo Junk on Instagram. HOBOJUNKK. That's right.
Ivan Daigle said, with the plantation shutters, bring on Colonel Sanders.
Ivan Daig. By the way, I will be meeting Ivan in 2 weeks, just to let everybody know. He will be coming up to Terrace, British Columbia with me. We will be doing a benefit. Every year I do a benefit concert up there. I bring a couple comedians and a musician in, Ivan. And I call him Daigle, but I'm pretty sure it's Daig. Will be coming up, and he will be doing a couple songs for my people that I grew up with.
Matt Yates also said he's buying his first home and he's super nervous. Do you have any advice?
Yatesy. Here's the thing. Okay, so they make it much more terrifying than it is. We're gonna take a couple steps right now. If you've already started your process, you have been approved for the amount of money that you want to spend on a house. I hope that you didn't get greedy and go above what you can spend on a house. I hope you can do it. You have a certain amount of money for your down payment. If you have a bunch more, and I was given this advice, and I split it in half. They said, if you have $100,000 for your down payment, and you only need 85, put down 85. Don't put down 100,000. Because then you got $15,000 extra to spend on things that are going to surprise you, because there will be surprises. I did the opposite. I put $90,000 down, kept $10,000 for the surprises. Make sure that you can afford the house. You got to live someplace. So if you can't afford the house, and if you are out of work for a couple months and you lose the house because you couldn't keep up with the house payments, you knew you were in trouble at the beginning. All right. So Yatesy, if you are in it, right? If you are in it to win it, you are prepared on all those things, and there's nothing to be nervous about. You can. I don't know how old does Yatesy say how old he is?
Nope.
Single Yates. Yes. Facebook stalk him, find out how old he is, because I want to say, if you're single and you buy a house, you always have the opportunity to have your house payments made, right? You can always have a roommate, and you can always cover most of your costs for your mortgage. Okay. Second thing is, once you buy that house, they really make it more intimidating than it is. which makes me laugh because they make it the hardest thing for you to buy. But it's weird to buy a house. Why make it so hard for you to buy? Because they know where you are. You're buying a house to live in. They know how to get a hold of you. They know how to fucking take it away from you. It's a house. It can't be moved. Cars should be much more hard to buy than a house. Sorry, Yates. Yes.
Based on Yates's photos, 2 little kids, bald head, big beard. My guess is.
Are we talking about Yates or the kids?
Yates.
Okay.
My guess is 37.
37?
Let's see if I'm right.
Yates, you got your wife and you got your 2 kids there. You're gonna love it. Don't be nervous, man. If you've had 2 kids, that's what you should have been way more nervous about. If you're able to keep those 2 kids from disappearing off the face of the earth, and you're going to be able to keep a house, no problem. Just like your kids, there's going to be some broken bones, some things that you aren't expecting, some toys that you buy that you shouldn't have bought, some toys that you buy that just are lying around, some toys that help out your house. So it's the same thing. Don't be nervous, Yates. Be excited. Let that energy go into excitement. And don't turn into your grandpa and yell at everybody when they run through the house. And remember, this is the biggest tip for me and Bagg right here. What do we got here? Where has Mike been? Mike has gone off on his own. Mike won't be back again. If you're looking for Mike, you can go to kindertrump.com. That's where Mike is. We've released Mike from the house. We appreciate all his help on the show, but Mike has taken off and gone and do his things. He's got his own projects that he wants to work on. He doesn't want to be part of the Bagg crew. He wants to be part of the Mike Benedetto crew. We're going back to Yatesy now. We're going back to Yatesy. Is Yatesy still talking to us?
He hasn't responded.
Fucking Yatesy, you ask that question and then you go for a shit? Come on. Speaking of poops, Yates, we replaced the toilet in our California house this week, and a couple questions. These are for the people. When you buy a toilet, do you get the exact same toilet, or do you buy something else that is different? First of all, chances are you're not going to be able to get the exact same toilet, because those toilets, the technology grows. So less water flow, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So you're not going to be able to get the same toilet. We did not get the same toilet. We did, I want to say this, guys, we got a different toilet, and I really like it. It is a longer bowl. The last one was a round one. This one comes out. I dribble less on the floor when I'm peeing. For my wife, right there. Boom. She's always complaining about me dribbling on the floor when I go pee. A longer thing. Now I step above it. My dick goes straight down, right into the bowl, dribble, right into the bowl, okay? But it is higher. It sits about 6 inches higher, right? So now it feels like I'm sitting on this stool, and this isn't pooping. This is construction still, but this isn't pooping. This is not the way you're supposed to sit when you poop. You're supposed to be a little bit lower. Right? The old toilet was lower and it was more comfortable. So we had to get a squatty potty. So my knees go up in the air now. And I don't even think my wife's feet touch the ground when she's sitting on it, to be honest with you. That's how tall it is. It's bizarre as shit. I don't know how we ended up getting a taller toilet. Guys, Chris, do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, every toilet to me is tall. So.
That's right. I forgot Chris is 5'1". Renee, do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever had to replace a toilet?
I have never had to replace a toilet, but I don't have any problems peeing because my thing hangs pretty
Your
low.
schlong?
It hangs inside the bowl.
It hangs inside the bowl. I put a brush on it and it cleans the upper part of the bowl while I'm in there. I love it. Oh my God. All right, I'm a dribbler. Fuck you guys. Oh. That's why Mike had too big of a cock to be on this show. This is for little cocks. Oh my God! What a morning! Oh my God! So we've talked about it. Back to school. I want to talk about it one more time. Back to school. We tried to start it, and then we got asked that question. Some guy passed me. He was beside me on the freeway coming up here today, and his kid was on the honor roll. and it bothered me because it's the first day of school. So I'm like, how you're obviously faking it. You've obviously stole that off of somebody else.
It's like every team's in first place on the first day.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even think about that. My kid is the smartest kid in the class.
And then
Day one.
midway, halfway through the season.
And then Milwaukee Brewers are out
Yeah,
a day
the
two.
Padres.
Yeah.
Padres,
Hey, have you ever been to the Padres stadium?
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's what somebody told me the other day. They're like, it's the most insane stadium.
If you go during a Dodger game, it's filled with Dodger fans. They call it Dodger Stadium South.
Really? Why is it? Because
No, because
the
it is
Latinos
filled
fight
up by
afterwards?
Dodger fans.
What's that? Is it a nice stadium though?
It is. It's really nice.
What makes it so nice? Is
It's
it?
just the atmosphere. There's a lot of bars. There's like a park area inside. It's a very
Is it in a ravine like Dodger Stadium?
No, it's in the city. It's in Gaslamp.
Oh, I like the city ones.
Yeah,
Oh.
because you could bar hop, go to the game, and then continue to bar hop after.
Yeah, because I went down to San Diego for my friend's bachelor party, and we went to this bar, and you could almost see into the field from the bar patio. It was that close to.
Oh, I like those. Those isn't. Have you been to Baltimore's? Baltimore's is downtown. That's the one that.
Camden Yards. So Camden Yards was the first stadium that they built with that.
The sunken. It's sunken a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, and they built it in town. They got the architect who did the Camden Yards. She's not working at Dodger Stadium. She's renovating the entire place for the All-Star game next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
That'll be fun. Have you been to Cleveland? Cleveland's another one that's a
Never.
little. I like that one too. It's in the city as
Progressive.
well. Yeah, it's insured. It's insured. It's insured out the wazoo.
Wrigley Field is fun. Have you ever been there?
Wrigley Field is, but
It is a little cramped. You're elbow to elbow with
you're elbow to elbow. But my big thing about Wrigley Field is just everybody's they're almost they're a little pansy-ish about their team there.
It's because they have such history, though.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like let's go have fun. Like the whole.
Have you been to Fenway?
What is it?
Boston.
No, I've not been to Boston.
Assholes everywhere.
I want to go to the other Chicago stadium, but I'm terrified to go there.
That one's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Seems like that you'd get better chance of being stabbed at that one than actually in LA.
In Compton.
Yeah, in Compton.
I had a friend who was telling me like he's from Southside, and they would have to replace a lot of the seats when they're constructing it because there's bullet holes.
Really?
During construction, people were just shooting up the stadium.
That is awesome. We don't want your fucking stadium here.
Daniel Giles says Seattle Stadium is nuts. I've never been to that one, but
A friend of mine told me when they were building the new hockey stadium in Newark, there was a construction company on top of it doing something to the roof, and they watched their truck get stolen as they were up there. Charlie Brown's teacher was there for a minute. Apparently,
There was a little audio glitch at the top, and it sounded like a wah wah wah.
hold on. I gotta respond to Leslie Pelche. Lester invited you guys out to the show. I figured it's because you're all pregnant and stuff that you guys couldn't come out to the show. But I definitely invited you. I definitely invited you guys out to the show. So just to let you know, let's go from to newest. It's a comfort height toilet. I don't know how John has already been in my house to poop, but he seems to find that my toilet is a comfort height. Yeah, I actually talked about Leslie on the radio. Leslie used to be a radio person, and now she's a vet. She didn't go to war. She deals with animals, and I think she deals mostly with horses. I think that's what she does.
We have, Josh Cowan says, I'm hoping I can learn some house building tips, learning about sports ball fields.
Josh, I'm pretty sure this is how you learn. How many seats do you need in your house? You fucking go to a stadium, you see how many seats are in that goddamn house. Seats.
Ever seen the lawn?
Ever seen the lawn of a ball field? Fantastic.
The best lawn I've ever seen.
That's right. At a hockey arena, you ever see the where they put the Zambonis? Amazing garage.
Ever seen the plumbing at the trough at
Oh
Dodger
my God!
Stadium?
Yes. Have you ever seen 40 grown men pee together? Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? You know what makes me laugh about going to any sort of stadium event? That one guy that poops. Like everybody, it's an intermission and everybody's trying to pee as fast, and some dudes just got explosive diarrhea in there. Every time. It doesn't matter. There's always one guy with whatever that Crohn's disease just going for it.
And everything's always wet. Like
Yeah.
everything's just completely wet in the restrooms.
It just, whenever I go in there, I just think Rome must have been a lot like this, because there's just there's just piss everywhere all over the.
Well, the Colosseums, they must have had a bathroom somewhere in there.
No, they killed the Christians and then peed
They
on them.
killed the poopers.
The poopers.
Yeah.
The poopers. Guys, I'm talking about emergency plans, and now we're talking about stadium bathrooms. We should just name this episode "The Shitters."
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up a couple things for being prepared in whatever town you live in, because everybody has a different emergency in their hometown. Oh my God, fucking now I'm just getting the United fucking apps coming up. What to do before and during and after a hurricane. Okay, so if you live in the hurricane area, this is good for you, because a lot of people be prepared for the hurricane when it hits, but you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for afterwards. That's when shit's gonna go down. It's gonna be horrible, and if you survive the hurricane, you're gonna be stuck now without help. Chances are emergency services are not gonna get to you, so you're gonna have to be able to survive. So before a hurricane, make a plan. And me and my wife have this for earthquakes and also tidal waves. We have a plan where we're going to meet if we can't get each other by the phone. So we have someplace, and I'm not going to tell you guys because you dicks will show up in the middle of an emergency. So I'm not going to tell you guys that.
Hey, Ian.
Yes.
Since we had the little glitch, we didn't get a chance to show the graphic that. Chris
Oh, we didn't
made.
show the graphic?
No.
Let's do it before we start this. Everybody, well, let's show the graphic of what we're doing today, because we were supposed to be a little bit more prepared, but we had an emergency. So let us. It's Hurricane Bagg, knocking everything down to your feet. Hey, everybody, be prepared for a hurricane. Be prepared for whatever disaster might hit your area. Make a plan. Create a disaster kit. That's the other thing that you should do before you do it. Fill all your gas tanks. One of the things that I do a joke about gas tanks, but one of the things my wife and I fight about is not letting the tank get below a quarter of a tank. So you can be able to leave the community. You have to get away far after an earthquake or some sort of event. If you have a full tank, you can make it to Vegas. You can make it to up closer to San Francisco or over to San Diego, wherever you need to go to get. Don't leave your. Don't. If something's happening, be prepared. And I think you should always be prepared with everything that goes on now. Have a full tank of gas. Don't go down to a quarter.
And Josh Count said also take a look at Lowe's to see what you could loot.
That's right. Well, I didn't say that. I was going to say be prepared by checking which stores don't prepare and being able to kick their window open easy and take whatever they have in the front.
Well, isn't it always good to also have one of those dry food things, hurricane kits?
Well, the people that live in hurricane areas should have a hurricane kit. People that live in, we have earthquake kits. Do you guys have earthquake kits?
I should.
You should. You can buy them at Lowe's. You can buy them at Walmart. You can buy them at Target. Here comes Renee, 2 kids. I don't have one.
I do have one.
You do have one?
Yes.
One for the whole family.
Well, it's
Guys, you want to share this tuna together?
It's a bunch of what are they called? MREs.
Yeah. There's a bunch of,
And,
yeah.
solar blankets, a gun.
Does it have a gun in it? It has a flare gun in it. So you can shoot a guy. So you can shoot a guy in the chest and let everybody else know you did it.
No, just a gun, so that when society breaks down, you can be the victor.
By the way, can I know we're not supposed to talk about political things here, but my political belief, I don't believe in ARs, AKs. I don't think anybody should be able to have them. I think they're made for murder. If you need to use it to hunt, you're a horrible hunter. And then somebody's going to say, what about boars? Well, they've been killing boars way before their AKs and AR-15s, and people use bow and arrows and all that kind of stuff. So if you need, you don't need it, right? They're there to kill people. And somebody said to me, and I'm like, what about my neighborhood? What if something goes down and I'm like, you need 110 bullets without reloading? Like, if you can't take everybody out in 9 bullets, you have fucking bought a horrible house in a horrible neighborhood. You are in the movie The Purge. So if you can't do it in 9, you don't need to do it. That's what I say. Political talk? Done. During a hurricane, stay inside. Stay away from the windows, skylights, and glass doors.
Shouldn't you? Do you have to board up everything? Correct.
You're supposed to be. You should prepare by not boarding, or if you have the shutters like we do, all that kind of stuff. You should be able to prepare that kind of stuff. So, if the flooding threatens your home, turn off the electricity at the main breaker. I'm sure a lot of people don't do this, and that would be because you don't want electrical energy running through all the water. Also, beforehand, have everything charged. If you know there's a hurricane coming at you, make sure that you have charges. We have these things. I don't know if you guys have these things. We're going back to earthquakes. We have all these. They're the size of a cell phone. They charge. They sit in the wall. They're also night lights, but they charge and hold a charge. But you can also use them as a light.
Oh, okay. So I've seen something similar to that, where you can charge different devices as well, and it's solar powered.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, there's a solar power one. I have these. We have 5 of them. They all plug in around the house.
I keep one of these in my bag.
See what Renee's got here. What's this? So this is a power thing. This is a solar charger. How much is this?
Bought that one for
20 bucks.
It takes a few hours to charge, but it charges up.
But it takes a few hours, but after an emergency,
Yeah,
you've got a few hours on your hands.
Oh, yeah,
you can
yeah,
do
for
that,
sure.
so it's okay.
You can hook it up to your backpack, and then it's charging while you're walking in the sun.
How long does the charge last inside this?
It charges my battery, my phone fully, and then it still has enough to do my wife's.
But if you don't charge anything, can you leave it there for like a week and it'll still be charged?
Yeah, because anytime it's getting hit by any light, it's getting a little bit of a charge.
And where's this from?
China.
No. What store? Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah,
China.
Amazon.
You can buy them on Alibaba.
One of these?
Yeah.
And how much is that? 20 bucks?
Yeah, $20.
That's pretty good.
Alibaba?
You can buy them in bulk.
How many? Well, you sell them. I'm going to actually buy a couple of these afterwards. And is this a light?
Yeah. So it turns on.
Okay.
Right there, it turns on. Boom.
So you got your blue light.
What's the blue light used for?
Something like if you're looking
To check to see if water is going to kill you?
Yeah.
There he goes.
Oh, see, look, check that out. That
And it has the emergency,
That's a pretty good light, actually. Wow.
the dimmer, and if you're on the side of the road.
Or if you know somebody with seizures, you can just make sure that they shut up during the whole event and give them a seizure.
And it charges by plugging it in. You can plug it into the wall.
And for the people listening, it's a size of a phone. It charges. It'll charge your things, but it's also got a light on it. It's got emergency light on it. It's got many different lights. If you should have one, you should definitely have one. And I think everybody should have some sort of solar charge device in their house. We are at that point where we can do it. There's no need that you shouldn't have one. So I'm going to give you guys shit right there. Okay, so during the hurricane, so we told you turn off the, and don't you, it says don't use your electrical devices, and that's including your computer. I would say during a hurricane, you probably would not get Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Everything would be knocked out. So you're just wasting the power on your computer, unless that's the time you need to write your fucking book your graphic novel about a hurricane, try not to during the event, try not to use all your power. Do not go outside. If the eye of the storm passes over your area, there will be a short period of calm. But the other side of the eye, the wind speed rapidly increases to the hurricane force and will come from the opposite direction. Also, do not go outside to see how the wind feels. It's easy to be hit by debris. Okay, during wind things, it's easy to be hit by debris. And we say this, but when we were in Virginia this summer, my friend and I, we sat on the porch and watched a huge storm, and stuff flew right by our head that could have killed us. And just try to be smart out there. After the hurricane, more deaths and injuries occur after the hurricane hits than during. Do you know that, Renee?
Really?
Did you know that, Chris?
I didn't know that.
More deaths and injuries occur after the hurricane hits than during. This is because people are too anxious to get outside, survey the damage, and come into contact with other people. As they are doing this, they come in contact with power lines or unstable trees, and that is not good. People are electrocuted and hit by trees.
Josh Cowens also said to make sure you put your brake on your trailer.
Yeah. Josh, very smart. The best way is take your wheels off before the wind comes. That's what I say. Put it on some cement bricks and just put it on the wheels. You know what's funny is we got a clock. We got a clock to for the show. We forgot to start it. I'll have to take a picture of it. Do not touch fallen or hanging low wires under any circumstances. Do not touch trees or objects in contact with these powers. Use phones for emergencies only and call 911 for life-threatening situations. Call police and utility companies immediately and report hazards such as downed power lines, broken gas or water mains, overturned gas tanks, or other dangerous situations you come across, which you shouldn't come across because you're still supposed to be still in the house. So be careful with that. And by the way, if you'll hear the gas leaking, if it's leaking, get away from that situation. Don't stay in the house if it's leaking. Watch for weakened roads, bridges, and tree limbs. Porches could collapse unexpectedly as the floodwaters decrease. A lot of people that are in these areas get generators, so gas generators. Make sure that you have the gas generator outside. Don't have it inside where you can give yourself CO2 poisoning.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of this should be just obvious, but I guess
it should be obvious, but if you're somebody that isn't prepared or doesn't do this, a simple mistake can become a tragedy very quickly. Those with special medications you should put it in a lockbox or something so your stuff doesn't get your stuff doesn't get wet or doesn't get floated away. Put it in a lockbox in the house, someplace that it will not disappear. It says bring food and snacks. Meals may not be available for the first 24 hours. I would go 36 on that, especially if I know it sounds stupid when you're like, well, if it's in a populated area, why would it be 36? I would say 36 in a populated area because there's so many people, they're not going to be able to get to you. And you must remember that emergency service people also have their own families and well-being, so they have to take care of those as well. So don't be selfish and think, oh well, they're coming to get me. It's you're absolutely on your own for the first little while. Be prepared to be on your own. All right. And by the way, FedEx and all Amazon packages will stop being delivered during those. A lot of people are going to be expecting their Amazon packages, and I'm sure some dick will be ordering something in the middle of the storm. That is not the time to order your preparedness kit. Oh my goodness. Hold on. That's the other thing you should do before. Sarah Newberger's taking me time.
Oh, I can't see any of her stuff on here.
You can't?
Oh, is it on?
She's on the Ian Bagg channel.
Oh, is that what happens?
Because there's two.
There's two?
Well, you have Ian Bagg and then Ian Bagg Bought a House one.
I can't keep up.
And I think she mentioned that when we were talking about the stadium and how wet the restrooms are, she said those are the dribblers.
Oh, now I'm watching myself. Watch myself. That's fucking awesome. I can see why people don't watch this show. What else? I want it to be nice. Nice. Somebody stole my package.
Wait, what? Right now?
Yeah, somebody stole my package I sent to somebody.
What?
That's fucking great. We're going to talk about t-shirts. I'm just getting a message from Marty DeFrisco. He, attention, received without contents.
Huh.
Well, that's just fucking great. That's the first one of these. Well, fuck is my response to him. People just trying to cost me money, sending people t-shirts, and they're fucking... The U.S. You know what? I'm not going to complain because out of all the T-shirts I've sent, that's the first one that's been that way. We've had them go to wrong addresses. We've had other stuff like that, but that's the first one. How long have we been on here, Chris? How long have we been talking?
34.
34 minutes. All right.
Should we show the shirt?
Yeah. That's a perfect time to bring up. As you see, I send out all the stuff that goes out. But guys and girls, if you want to support me, you support me by doing this. Buy my t-shirt. My t-shirt right now that we have for sale, we're sold out of the Ian Bagg Drop It shirt, which is my Mini Pearl holding a hockey stick. And right now we have her with a surfboard. We have many different types. Right now we're selling the children's shirt. And as you see it right here, is it on it, Chris?
Yes.
It's on. You can see this t-shirt here. We have kids small and medium. We have it in neon yellow. We have it in worker or prisoner orange. We have it in blue. What color is your son's shirt? What color is that? Is it a royal blue?
I want to say yes.
A royal blue. We have it in a royal blue, and we also have it in black. We also have this shirt in unisex for men and women, and you can purchase it on the website ianbag.com. We also have a sexy little shirt for the ladies that comes in mediums and small. It's a female cut women's small and medium, and it's a light blue. If you want to show your girl boobs off and you want to let them know how you feel about Ian Bagg, put 2 lumps in the middle of Mini Pearl that are called titties and buy that shirt, ianbag.com, for all your t-shirts needs. And children will be the talk of their school when they walk in with the t-shirt with Mini Pearl and her surfboard. Coming soon, the book, Mini Pearl and the Ocean. So make sure you check that out. Back to the show.
All right, we're back.
And we're back. That was quite the advertisement that I did. It wasn't a live read, but it was lied. Oh, my God.
I mean, I would consider that kind of a live read.
Was that a live read? Because I didn't read it. I just kind of made it up as we go. I want to do, before we go, I want to talk about being prepared for an earthquake. Because it is a little bit different. 5 things, and I know Sarah hates it when I do a list. 5 things you must have in your earthquake bag. 5 things you must have in your earthquake bag. The bag. That's right. We're not just saying this because it's in our name. So many of us start preparations with the food and the water and some multi-tools, and those are great, but you need something to put it in. All right? And one thing that they never tell you in this is where to hide it. Have you ever heard that, Renee? Chris, have you ever heard where to hide for your stuff?
No.
I have, because we have 2. We have one in the garage. We actually have 3. We have 1 in the car. We have 2 in the closet in the spare bedroom, and we have 1 in the garage.
You need to put them in places where aren't obvious and they're easy to get to.
Yes, but what if something happens to that room? That's the problem. You know, when there's an earthquake, what if you're unable to get to that area?
Yeah, and you can't keep it in your car because you don't want it in the heat when you're parked somewhere.
We keep it hidden. Why do you say? Because it makes your bullets of your gun go off.
Food or something. If it's like an emergency kit.
But the emergency, that's all sealed and dried, and you're able to. It's not.
If they're canned.
Yes.
The heat will fuck it up.
You know what's interesting? That's different than an earthquake, and you think it would be the same. Water purification tablets is the second thing they say you should have, and those come in the kits that we have.
And they have straws, which make it easier.
Nice.
They're like $20 straws, and you could just suck it through swamp water.
You can just suck it. I tell you, what you're gonna do for 3 days, you're gonna suck it. It says actually you should be prepared for 3 days of no water after an earthquake, which is more than the.
Well, if you don't have water for 3 days, you die.
Yeah, but in the other one it was 24 hours for the hurricane, and this one's 3 days. You should be prepared for 3 days.
It's because the hurricane leaves water outside.
Yeah, but it leaves. Oh, for Christ's sake! I don't even know why I do this with you guys. This is why we have experts on, not fucking us doing this show. I also have delivery water. Do you get water delivered?
No, we go to Costco and buy the water.
How many do you buy at a time?
We buy usually 24 of the gallon bottles.
Oh, so it's
every 2 weeks.
So we have the 5 gallon jugs that are put on our balcony. So I kind of spread them around so that there will be water as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I should be able to have a business running out of my home if we ever have an earthquake.
Do you know Mexicans put water bottles on their front lawn so cats don't shit on it?
What?
Sorry? We're gonna discuss this for a second. Go back.
It's some theory.
And by the way, just to let you know, Renee may be able to apply for jobs that we won't get as white guys. Just to let you know. It's just not some white guy yelling out Mexican.
There's I don't know if it's an old wives' tale or not, but it kind of works. So if you put like a water jug on your lawn.
How big of a water jug?
It could be like a gallon or bigger, like the 5 gallon.
How many?
Several. You lay them, you put them around the lawn, and cats don't come and shit.
Well, that's because it's all taken up by water bottles.
My mom used to have them in the front yard, in the backyard, like maybe like 4 in the backyard, randomly placed, and they don't come and shit.
You know what else scares cats out of your yard? Shotguns. Pellet guns, shotguns. I didn't know. I had no idea. I have a cat that walks on my truck's windshield. That drives me nuts. First aid kit you should have. Off-grid light source. We already talked about that. One thing that we didn't talk about is a Mylar sleeping bag.
Oh, yeah.
And the Mylar is from it's that silver kind of aluminum kind of looking stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are very uncomfortable, though.
Wow, Sarah Newberger's going hard on you.
Yeah.
Why? What's she going?
She said, there's 4 things that make you look old. She said, those sideburns, the height of your hat, the glasses, and your frown.
Wow.
And she's a top fan.
Fucking Sarah. Those sideburns are getting fucking taken off very soon. I hate sideburns.
That came out of nowhere.
Just fucking flying out of nowhere. Oh, this show's going a little bit into overtime, so I'm gonna have to tell fucking Sarah to fuck off. The height of my hat? It's down on lock so it doesn't blow off my head during the hurricane. So is this how should I wear it up higher? Is that better? Does that make me look younger?
Going in hard.
And the glasses? She said something about the glasses as well?
She said those sunglasses, those sideburns, the height of the hat, and the frown.
The sunglasses are not sunglasses. They're fucking shaded fucking visual glasses. That's what, you know what makes me look old? The fact that when I have to do this. That makes me look old. When I have to fucking put my face against the fucking cell phone to read it. Oh my God. This is why people don't get along with lesbians. You know what?
Jeffrey Paul wants to know where's the St. Louis Blues swag.
I have it at home. I was actually going to wear it today, Jeffrey Paul. Jeffrey Paul, Stanley Cup ring wear. Massage therapist to the stars, Jeffrey Paul. You know what makes, I can't even say it. You know what makes you old, Sarah? The way you pee standing up. Oh. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know why I was taken down that hard. I was trying to save people from emergency situations that own houses, and then
Out of nowhere.
and then
Nowhere. There's no comment prior.
and then she could have called. She could have called. We could have had a talk about it. She could have called on Skype. Let me put them on my old man glasses for Sarah. Fucking Sarah. Fucking Sarah.
She said, "Well, you love List so much."
Oh, she just make list. She just make a list.
Yeah, she just made a list.
Oh, you fucking.
She said, "At least I don't dribble."
At least I don't dribble.
Are you sure you really wanted to Skype with any of these people?
I don't know. I don't know. I love it though. I love that she takes the time out of her day to fucking. Other people are safe because she takes me down. You know that, right?
Yeah.
People in her world have no idea that how gentle she's going, so she's able to take me down twice a week. Like on Friday, she's like, "Are you gonna have lunch or what? I need to start my fucking weekend." And by the way, that's how deep her voice is. So I love it. And by the way, lunch on Friday was fantastic. I had a good lunch. And you know what? Sarah's fucking gets to me. Sarah gets to me because I didn't have a salad on Friday because she's always fucking right. You're going to have another fucking salad again? So I had a burger without a bun.
She's in your head.
She's in my head. She's got some space up there.
Are you gonna wear the sunglasses next week?
I'm going to wear the sunglasses. I was going to wear contacts today, but I need some more time to put them in my eyes. Ugh, can't even find the list. I got fucking so upset on that. I was taken down so hard I can't even see it. Sarah, I hope you get hit by a hurricane, an earthquake, and a gang war all in the same afternoon. Good luck with that fucking emergency. Quit. Oh, fucking. Now she'll say that. Nice talk. You talk much? You talk much? Good try. All right. Any more questions before we wrap it up? Because we got to get going. Make sure you buy your Ian Bagg shirts. Tonight I'm in Hermosa Beach, California at the Comedy and Magic Club. Love it if you came out. We're going to do a quick little promo. Let the people know where I'm going to be. If anybody wears a skirt with no panties, you get $5 off. Some dude's gonna wear a skirt with no panties. Is this what you wanted to see? No, you don't get a discount on my shows, motherfuckers. We got Pasadena Ice House coming up at the end of the month, and people have been requesting. They have been requesting some guest passes. I'm now on a door deal at Pasadena, so I make no money unless you pay. So here's the scoop. If you want 2-for-1 tickets, I'll do that for you. That way I make some money and you have a good time. 2-for-1 tickets from the Pasadena Ice House and Ian Bagg. Just contact me on Ian Bagg Comedy on Facebook or send me a message at Ian Bagg Show Gmail. I got coming up this weekend. I will be in Detroit for the roast. You can go to my website for that. Next week I will be in Pittsburgh. Can't wait. I will be in Pittsburgh from Wednesday morning until Saturday night, and then I'll be heading off to Terrace, British Columbia. So Wednesday through Saturday for Pittsburgh. What else we got going on? Anything else we want to say, guys? Make sure, if you know somebody, here's the people I'm looking to talk to on the show. I'm looking for somebody, an insurance adjuster or an insurance agent. I'm looking for a banker. I need to talk to an actual banker. We've had somebody that does mortgages, a mortgage broker, but I'm looking for a banker. I'm also looking for a flooring expert. I'm also looking for a fencing expert. I've also had a question about wood deck. Can you is it better to replace the wood deck, or is it better to actually do work on the wood that's there? I need somebody to let me know. You don't have to be on the show to answer that question, but if you contact me, I will send the question, and you're an expert. You can answer that question, and we can put it on the air. Also, I want to know if anybody has a dog door. If you have a dog door, I'd like to hear your questions, comments, and reviews of having a dog door, because lately I've heard about animals that are not your pet going through those dog doors. So get a hold of me on that. All right, so you guys can write that down. Here comes Renee. We know it's going to be another comment from fucking Jesus. Hey, bitch tits, wrap it up. What's that, Sarah? What? From Josh. Can you talk about what's going on through your mind when Scott's Miracle Grow was at the Funny Bone on Saturday? All right. So, Saturday night, first show, Scott's Miracle Grow. Scott's some sort of company, Scott's something, bought 110 tickets to my show for a company party for people that have worked at Scott's Grow over 20 years. The staff did not tell me this was going on. The staff just told me that, oh, there's a group in there. That's all they said. They didn't tell me that there was 110 old people at the front of the fucking room. And I'm talking about anybody that's worked for the company for 20 years. So there's people that have worked the company for 40 years and been retired for 20 years. There was a couple that had been married for 62 years there. Wow. And yeah, exactly. Not my target audience. So I get on stage and I was overtaken. I was like, what the? And because the guy that was opening up for me, Bobby Balls, he's a good guy. He's young. He was rocking, but it seemed like he wasn't doing that well when I went into there. So I just kind of peeked in, and I didn't see what was going on. And as I walked in and walked on the stage, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So I took them down for a little bit. Actually, I took them down the whole show. But the interesting part was, I was like, how about that? How about those motherfuckers at Roundup killing everybody, right? And this is what they say. Don't talk about that. We own that. So I start talking about the Roundup fucking lawsuit and how Roundup's giving everybody cancer and fucking all they say to me afterwards. Well, you're not supposed to spray it in your mouth. Fucking idiots. It kills things. You can't believe you got cancer from something that kills things? Holy shit. I can't believe this gun shot me in the foot when I pushed the trigger. Come on. It's Roundup. It kills things. That's going to give you cancer, of course. Fucking asshole. Anyways, I had a great time with them, the people from Scott's Miracle Grow. So much fun. I've probably met the golden years of Scott's Miracle Grow. And by the way, Scott isn't a guy. It's two brothers and their last name's Scott. So just for those people out there. And let that be a lesson. If you're going to use weed killer, it's poison. Be careful with it. Wear a mask. Spray it in your stuff and then hose it off or something later on after it kills everything. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ian Bagg. Your name is the audience. Sarah Newberger is my dick. It pays attention. I didn't mean to call you a dick, Sarah. Sarah's a vag. Sarah's a fucking angry little vag. I thank you guys for paying attention and listening to the show. It really means a lot. I always have fun with you. We'll see you again next week. I told you what I'm looking for. Let's wrap this show up. To infinity and beyond.